Awesome, and welcome back to another video. Now, if you clicked on this video, then you want to know what the first steps are towards property investing. And over this next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to break down the steps that you need to do and the other steps that you need to actually achieve your property investment goals. And so, as always, let's jump straight into the video. And if this is you, an uneducated investor, someone who doesn't know what to do, what the next steps are, who to approach, what to learn, what to talk about, then this video is perfect for you. And this is where you are, right? Whatever age you may be 25, you may be 40, you may be 18, you might be 70. It doesn't really matter. Actually, if you're 70, then probably not. But if you're between the ages of 18 and 50 or 60, then you can start your property investment journey today. And if you're confused about what the first step is, first step that you need to do is to actually calculate your finances, right? To be able to get a loan, you need to know your financial position, where you stand, what your cash flow is, what's your income, what's your expenses. That is a critical step. And this should be very easy to do. It should not take you longer than 2 hours to work out your financial position in life, or where you are, what your income and expenses are, right? And all you need is a very simple finance position calculator to determine where you are, how much income you bring in, whether it's work income, business income, your partner's income, that on an yearly basis as well as a monthly basis as well. Then you need to also go through your household expenses like interest, like mortgage, rent, council rates, water rates, etc. Other expenses like phone bills, car bills, memberships, fitness memberships. You'll be surprised how many subscriptions that you have that you may not actually need. You'll have also things like car expenses, transport, entertainment, stuff like that. Those are all expenses that you need to capture. And the reason it's so important to be able to capture all of that is that because you need to know how much money is coming every single month into your account and how much is leaving, because that will give your net cash flow. And your net cash flow is how much money that you can put aside for your property investment journey, or to be able to fund your property investment journey, right? It doesn't directly correlate to your borrowing capacity, but it does correlate to how much cash flow that you need or that you can use to manage your property investment portfolio. And so that's the first step, right? The first step is to calculate your finances. Now, the next step is to actually go and work out your borrowing capacity. How do you work out your borrowing capacity? It's very simple. You speak to a mortgage broker. It's not surprising. It's not something magical. It's not a scientific rocket science or anything like that. It's very simple. Contact your local mortgage broker. Find a connection. Look at Google reviews online and contact your mortgage broker. Your mortgage broker will be able to run a very quick scenario and give you an estimate based on your income and your expenses how much you're able to borrow. Not only that, I also do have free videos regarding a 10% versus 20% deposit and other videos regarding how to calculate your servicing, which you can go check out. And if you utilize these two steps, you'll be able to calculate your borrowing capacity, and your mortgage broker will help you achieve your pre-approval or put the motions into step to achieve your pre-approval. And to be honest, this first two parts or these first four parts of calculating your finances, watching some online free videos of made by me, as well as contacting your mortgage broker can all be done within the week of watching this video. It does not take longer than that. Getting your actual pre-approval might take a little bit longer than a week. However, they can put the motions in step for you, and all of that can be done in exactly 1 week or less. And to be quite honest, it's even possible to do it in one business day. So there should be nothing holding you back, right? So if you're unsure where to start, you go straight to your broker and then you ask them, how much money can I borrow from a bank to be able to purchase a property, whether that's through a Combank, Westpac, first tier lender, second tier lender, or third tier lender. There's a bit more nuances. And for the people who are most likely clicked on this video, then you're probably new to investing in property. So you're most likely going to have maximum borrowing capacity and they will be able to help you out with it, right? So go talk to your mortgage broker. What about step number 2? What is the next step that you need to do after you put these steps into motion? The next step is property education. And I know this is an overly discussed topic and it may be tiresome to hear it, but you will not be able to invest into property unless you educate yourself about it. And for those of you who say, hang on, wait, I'm just going to use a buyer's agent. Sure, you can use a buyer's agent, but you still need to educate yourself on property. Otherwise, it's the same thing. It's like taking a car to a mechanic and telling them to fix the problem, but you don't know what the problem is. You have no idea about cars, and they can fix whatever they want. They can charge you whatever they want, and you will have no idea, right? So the least you can do is at least educate yourself about property, whether you do it yourself, but education is critical to success in your long-term property investment journey. And listen, there's two routes you can take. You can take the online free education space and the paid education space, right? And believe me when I say this, I have created so much free content for you guys that there should be no excuse to learning about property investment. If you follow this pathway, you can see my YouTube channel. In my YouTube channel, I have tons of videos breaking down different suburbs all throughout Australia, talking about the pros, the cons, the economic diversity, the economic output, the supply and demand. In all of these videos, I also have a separate playlist with a free course on how to invest in property, big mistakes that you can make when buying property, the macroeconomics of different locations explained and what to look for. So there is so much free content out there for you to educate yourself about property. Not only that, I have a free weekly newsletter, right? Every single week, I talk about a different investment location that you could consider investing into. I talk about the pros and cons, the supply and demand, as well as the economic diversity. And I've been doing this for over a year now. And there are over 52 suburbs for you to go have a read about and have a look about, right? Again, this is completely free. There's nothing involved in there, right? And not only that, I have created a separate daily newsletter where over the next 30 days, I will give you 30 property tips and insights which have actionable steps that you can utilize. And it's completely free, guys. So if you want to add your email in, and I will put the link down below in the comments section so that you can go and subscribe. You'll get 30 tips for the next 30 days every single day, right? Educating you guys about property investment. So it's an absolute no-brainer. Go subscribe to it. And yes, this may seem like a plug to my free content and to my paid education. It is. However, your first two steps, if you're a property investor, is to get financing and then go get yourself educated. Now, I have all this free information for you to use, but I also have paid education sources, right? I have the exclusive private community. And in this exclusive private Australian community, I have over 200 members currently subscribed. It's $35 a month. There's incredible value within this community. There's so much resources, templates, discussion about different suburbs that you are doing yourself a disservice by not even being in there for at least 1 month. When you're buying a $500,000 asset, there is so much value in paying just $35 a month to subscribe to the private community. It's an absolute no-brainer. So make sure you go check it out. And to give you a little sneak peek, this is what the Discord community looks like. We talk about different locations, different suburbs every single day. If someone has questions about the tenant, or they're lost or confused about a location they're investing in, then you can ask away. And having a community and a network to support you will take you so far along in the property investment journey than if you're doing it all alone. So make sure you are a part of it, right? 1 month is more than enough if you want to. Not only that, I do have the Property Blueprint program, where it is a paid education program over 8 modules, over 60 plus videos, and it also gives you 6 months access into the private community. It is $5.99, but it contains incredible value, right? It teaches you all the steps that you need to know about property investment. It has an incredible amount of theory and actionable steps and property insights that you can utilize in your property investment journey. All you have to do is buy one property to make your money back or save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So make sure you go and be part of the Property Blueprint, right? And then I also do have one-to-one consulting sessions, right? But what you have got to realize is that if you are a new investor, I have created a system of resources, both free and paid, for you to educate yourself about property in an affordable manner. I've created so much free resources in terms of the newsletter, in terms of the video content, that it makes perfect sense for you to watch every single video. And then if you still want the help, you can jump into the private community and the course as well. And make sure you do subscribe to this, right? Over the next 30 days, I will give you 30 property insights and tips that's actionable for you to use and understand and learn about property investment. And this will make you an educated investor who's able to buy a property. So if you're a new investor, this is the first 2 steps that you need. Get your financing sorted out, and then you need to educate yourself about property. And this should really take you 1 month, and then you should be able to buy property. It's as simple as that. And this is 1 month forever, by the way. So it has so much value jam-packed into it. And if you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below and I will help you out. Right, till next time, thank you.